In the movie Good Will Hunting, you have a therapist that's played by Robin Williams. His name is Sean McGuire. And he receives from the court a young man who is angry and who has been abused through several foster home experiences. And this kid's played by Matt Damon. And his name is Will Hunting. And Will is a mathematical prodigy. He has a photographic memory. And he's working on the campus of MIT as a janitor. And he solves this problem, and he's kind of found out because of, his mathematical genius, but emotionally and socially, he's withdrawn. He's in a cocoon. He's resigned himself from attachment and commitment and being able to risk a relationship that is genuine with other people. And so, as a therapist, Robin Williams challenges him that life and relationships are more than books. And though, Will Hunting can quote poets and philosophers, and he has a photographic memory, his resistance to risk, to believe, will keep him from, living life. And Christianity is somewhat that way too. I mean, Christianity is more than creeds. It's more than doctrine and dogma. At some point, it's experiential. At some point, it is a real relationship with the sovereign ruler of the universe. And the Apostle Paul is writing in the book of Ephesians, and he's writing to the believers at the church of Ephesus, and he's going to tell them what is the most important thing in their life. And that is to know in a real way God's love for them. And I think the same is true for us today. In order for us to know God, we have to cross this threshold of faith, and we have to allow ourselves to become vulnerable. Let me share with you what Paul says to the church at Ephesus out of the first chapter of Ephesians. I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power together with all the saints to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God. Paul said that God's love for us surpasses knowledge. That for us it is something that is genuine, it is sincere, it is life-changing. In many ways, it's inexplicable. And it rises well above a history book or a book on theology. That somehow the love of God sweeps across our lives like a healing ointment that fills in the cracks and takes away the pain of our hurt. And that when we are at our most vulnerable, on our knees, humble before God, reaching out in risk, that at that moment we can know a love that surpasses knowledge. My hope for you today is that you will walk throughout the day knowing in a real way God's love for you. I'm Scott Boggs, and this is Embrace Grace Today.